God says, 7 angels are talking about your house because your finances are about to take a shocking turn. Listen this now before it's too late. This word is not just a message, it is a divine interruption in your life. Right now, as you read this, heaven is not silent. 7 angels are standing in agreement, speaking blessings, declaring shifts, and moving toward your house. Not just your spirit, not just your heart, but your physical house, the place you live, the place you rest, the place you've wept in silence, prayed in desperation, and held on even when you had every reason to give up. The angels are not whispering, they are declaring. Because your finances are not about to change a little, they are about to take a shocking turn. This is not something ordinary. This is not something slow. This is a divine, supernatural intervention that will make people look at your life and say only God could have done this. This message is reaching you right on time, not a second too late. Something is about to happen that will flip everything you thought was stuck or broken. There is a turn ahead. A surprising, radical, undeniable financial shift that will touch every part of your home. The angels are talking about your house. That means God has already started something in the unseen realm, and it is about to manifest in the seen. Comment Amen if you are receiving this right now as your confirmation. Your obedience in reading this is part of your preparation. Your heart is being stirred because the Spirit of the Lord is close, and He is not playing games with your life. You have cried over bills. You've felt the shame of debt. You've counted coins and watched your card decline in moments you never speak of. But the Lord says your name has been spoken in heavenly places. Your house has been marked for visitation. Not by struggle. Not by lack. But by breakthrough. By favor. By abundance. Please take a moment and like this video if you feel even a small confirmation in your spirit. God is stirring something, and your agreement matters. This is not the time to turn away or think this is for someone else. You know what you've been through. You know how hard it's been to smile when your bank account made you feel like you were failing. But this is why God is moving. Because you didn't curse Him when things were hard. Because you stayed faithful when others mocked you. Because you gave when you barely had enough. And now, heaven is responding with more than enough. When the angels begin to speak, things change. And 7 of them speaking about your house means that what's coming is complete, perfect, and sealed. The number 7 is not random. It is God's number of completion. Nothing unfinished. Nothing partial. Nothing delayed. It is a full circle blessing that touches everything from the front door of your house to the back, from your job to your children, from your mind to your mailbox. It means debts paid. It means unexpected deposits. It means phone calls that release what was held back. It means favor finding you even when you're not looking for it. What you need to understand is that this kind of financial shift doesn't come from effort alone. It comes from divine alignment. It comes from the favor of the Lord resting on your house in such a way that no one can explain the blessing except to say, God did it. And He is doing it for you. Not because you begged. Not because you manipulated. But because He loves you and He sees you. Because He is a Father who never abandons His children in lack. There are seasons where the Lord allows us to walk through the valley so that we may know His voice. But then comes the season where He prepares a table. And right now, that table is being set in the presence of your enemies. The ones who doubted you. The ones who judged you. The ones who thought you'd never recover. They will watch and they will have no choice but to acknowledge that God has honored you. Your house is the location of the miracle. The angels aren't speaking about someone else's house. They are talking about yours. The one you're in. The one you pray in. The one you maybe even want to leave because it feels small or broken. But God is starting right where you are. He is releasing a change so sudden, so big, so undeniable, it will feel shocking. You will check your account twice. You will hear news that will make you sit down. Because when God moves, He moves with power and proof. And yes, it matters that you are listening now. Because timing is part of God's design. There is a moment of release, and this is that moment for you. You are not reading this by accident. This is not random. The Spirit of the Lord has drawn you here because He is doing something that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. But your heart has felt it coming. You've sensed something shifting. You've woken up feeling different. That's because heaven has already begun to move. God is not looking for your perfection. He is responding to your faith. The faith that kept going when everything screamed to quit. The faith that gave when you didn't have much. The faith that prayed even when your voice shook. That faith has moved heaven. And now, angels are moving on your behalf. You don't need to know how. Just know that they are. You don't need to figure it all out. Just rest in the knowing that the King of Kings is sending help to your house. Comment 11:11 if you believe this word is for your house and your finances. This is why you must stay with this until the very end. Because each part of this word is part of the picture, and if you stop now, you'll miss the fullness. You need to hear every word because God is layering revelation upon revelation. Every paragraph is part of the move. Every sentence is part of the shift. You are walking into a divine appointment, and the Spirit of the Lord is speaking clearly. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. Your finances are not going to stay where they are. This drought will end. This stress will lift. This debt will not define your future. You will not be the one in the family always needing help. You will be the one helping others. You will sow into others because you will overflow. You will not have to beg. You will not have to borrow. You will be blessed in the city and in the field. Your home will be filled with laughter again. The weight will lift. The door will open. The way will clear. God says, the angels are already surrounding your house. They are carrying the breakthrough. They are releasing the shift. And nothing can stop what heaven has started. They are releasing strategy, preparing the path, and guarding the shift that is now scheduled for your life. Your house is the epicenter of a divine change, and the financial turnaround coming your way is not small, not subtle, and not delayed. God is doing this now because you are ready for it in ways you didn't even realize. He's seen your discipline in the dark. He's counted the tears you've cried in silence. He knows the nights you prayed with a tired heart and still thanked Him even when there was nothing in your hand. Those quiet moments of faith have not been ignored. They've been honored. They've been weighed in heaven, and now the release is underway. This financial turn is not just about money, it's about restoration, stability, peace, and the fulfillment of promises you thought were forgotten. Comment 222 if you trust that God's timing is always perfect. The reason the angels are speaking is because God has already decided. He's not debating it. He's not thinking it over. The decision has been made in the courts of heaven that this is your season for a turnaround. You are not fighting for a blessing, you are walking into what has already been written for you. The enemy has tried to delay it with distractions, anxiety, and fear. But what God seals, no one can unseal. What He opens, no one can shut. And this door, this financial shift, this restoration, it's yours. Do not underestimate the weight of divine timing. There are moments in life where God moves suddenly. One day it looks like nothing is changing, and the next day you're standing in the middle of what you once cried out for. This is that kind of moment. You may feel like you've waited a long time, but the Lord has been working while you were waiting. He's been aligning people, systems, timing, and even your heart. Because when this blessing arrives, it will require you to walk in wisdom, humility, and courage. You will not just receive the blessing, you will carry it well. You will steward it with gratitude. You will honor God with it. This is not just money coming into your hands, it is purpose being fulfilled. It is cycles being broken. It is generational shifts being made. You fought battles that started before you were even born. But now, with this turn, you are ending what was passed down and starting something new for everyone after you. The angels are not just talking about paying your bills, they are declaring generational wealth, spiritual healing, and divine favor resting upon your house. Your finances are not your burden to carry alone. God is stepping in. He's bringing unexpected resources. He's creating overflow in places where there used to be drought. This is not the kind of blessing that you can earn or make happen through effort alone. It is God's favor. It is His hand. It is His mercy and grace pouring over every detail of your life. People will ask how you did it, and all you'll be able to say is that God made a way when there was no way. This is the kind of shift that causes testimonies to be birthed. You are not being overlooked. You are not being left behind. You are being positioned. The delay was not denial, it was preparation. If you had received this blessing too early, it could have crushed you. But now, because you've been through the pressing and the pruning, you are ready for the oil. The oil of provision. The oil of wisdom. The oil of release. And with it comes the joy of the Lord, which will be your strength. People may not understand how you're still standing. They didn't see what you had to fight through just to survive some days. But God saw it all. And he has declared through his angels that this is the moment. Your name has been spoken in heaven. Your house has been marked for breakthrough. Not because of who you are, but because of who he is, faithful, kind, powerful, and always on time. There will be signs confirming this word. Unexpected calls. Sudden opportunities. Debts resolved in ways that don't make sense. Doors that were shut will begin to open. What seemed impossible will begin to unfold. And it will not be because of coincidence or chance, it will be because the God of heaven has spoken a word over your life, and his word never returns void. You are walking into a season where the same place that brought you pain will now bring you peace. The same bank account that caused you stress will now overflow. The same voice that used to tremble in fear will now speak with faith. Because when God says it is time, every force of darkness has to move out of the way. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to be for this divine turn. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish anytime. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. And yes, it will shock you. It will come so fast and so strong that it will humble you. You'll find yourself crying tears of relief, whispering thank yous when no one is around, lifting your hands in awe because you'll know it was God and only God who could have done this. He is not sending partial blessings. He is not sending crumbs. He is sending fullness, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This word is not fiction. It is a spiritual announcement. It is heaven's trumpet sounding over your home. The angels are not just speaking, they are moving. Assignments have been activated. And your response is faith. Your posture must be one of expectation. Prepare your heart. Prepare your mind. Because what's coming will change everything. God is not a man that he should lie. What he said, he will do. What he started, he will finish. And this financial turn will be so clear, so undeniable, that even those who doubted you will be silenced. Not because you want to prove them wrong, but because God wants to show himself strong through you. They are still releasing divine instruction and ushering in a new atmosphere over your life. You may not hear them with your ears, but your spirit knows something has shifted. The heaviness you once carried is lifting. The pressure in your chest is loosening. The fear that wrapped around your heart like a rope is being cut. Because when God speaks, everything around you begins to respond to his voice. Right now, your house is under divine watch. Not just your finances, but your family, your peace, your foundation. The 7 angels have surrounded it because God is building something new from within its walls. What was once marked by lack will now be known for provision. Where you once wept over unpaid bills and unopened letters filled with threats, you will now open doors to opportunities, favor, and unexpected blessing. Comment 333 to declare your faith in this word over your house. The shock that's coming is not the kind that destroys, but the kind that stuns you with awe. It's the kind of shock that makes you pause and breathe differently because you realize the battle you fought for so long has finally turned in your favor. It's the kind of moment when you get that one phone call, that one transaction, that one notification, and you know that nothing will ever be the same again. This is not just a financial shift. This is a total alignment with the will of God for your life. He is not just fixing things. He is transforming them. There is a difference. Fixing something means patching it up to function. Transformation means it will never go back to what it was. And your finances are entering a season of transformation. What was once always under, barely enough, barely holding on, will now become more than enough. You are not stepping into wealth for the sake of comfort alone. You are stepping into provision with a purpose. Because God trusts you to carry blessing with wisdom and with compassion. Every prayer you whispered in a broken moment, every time you laid in bed unable to sleep because of worry, every offering you gave while holding back tears, heaven has gathered them all. Not one moment was wasted. Not one prayer was ignored. God does not forget the cries of His children, and when He moves, He does it with intention. The angels speaking now are not just talking, they are enforcing the word that has been declared over your life since before you were born. What's coming to your house is also coming through your house. You are about to be used as a vessel of generosity, of light, of testimony. People will look to you and wonder how you came through. But they won't see the pain you endured, the nights you fought invisible battles, the spiritual warfare that tried to take you out. What they will see is the goodness of God shining through your life, through your house, through your hands. You will carry blessing like a light in the darkness. You've suffered enough. You've waited long enough. The struggle has taught you things that money never could. It has shaped your character. It has deepened your faith. It has taught you how to appreciate what most people overlook. That's why this blessing won't change your heart, it will expand it. It will confirm what you already know, that God never left, never forgot, never failed you. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And if He promised it, then it is coming. Not on your schedule, but on His divine timing. And that timing is now. You may feel unqualified. You may feel like others are more deserving. But this isn't about who deserves what. This is about covenant. God made a covenant with you. When you chose to trust Him, when you surrendered your life, when you said yes even in the middle of fear, that was a covenant moment. And God never breaks covenant. He honors it. And His honor looks like protection, like restoration, like favor showing up even when you weren't looking for it. The angels are stationed not just around your house, but within it. That means they are touching every part of your reality, your health, your peace, your relationships, your finances, your sleep, your plans. The atmosphere around you is being cleansed and reset. This is not just about money, it is about wholeness. God is not sending a single drop of blessing. He is sending a flood. And every room in your house will feel it. From the kitchen to the bedroom to the mailbox to the phone calls you receive, this blessing will leave no part untouched. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You haven't missed it. You're not disqualified. God isn't waiting for you to be perfect, He's looking at your heart. He's heard your worship through your weeping. He's seen your loyalty in your lack. That kind of heart moves heaven. And that is the heart He's chosen to pour into now. Not just for your sake, but so you can be a carrier of His kindness to others. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique, backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs, is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. Prepare your space. Clean the corners of your house with expectation. Pray over your doors. Speak blessing over your table. Begin to write down what you're believing for. Because the move of God that's coming requires preparation. Don't treat this like just another word. Treat this like prophecy unfolding in real time. Treat this like an invitation to partner with heaven. Your house has already been chosen, but your participation makes room for greater release. Expect the unexpected. Expect to open your email and find favor. Expect to check your account and see divine deposits. Expect clients, customers, checks, cancellations of debt, restoration of what was lost. God doesn't need a big stage to bless you. He just needs your faith to remain open. He just needs your heart to stay soft. He just needs your hands to be ready to receive. You are not going backwards. You are not repeating the cycle. You are not cursed. You are not stuck. You are moving forward into fullness. You are moving into the chapter of life where you no longer survive, you thrive. And your finances are reflecting that shift. It's already been written. The angels have already confirmed it. Now you must agree with heaven. Now you must align your thoughts with what God is saying, not what fear is whispering. Let your house be a sanctuary. Let it be filled with praise even before the blessing shows up. Sing in your hallway. Speak life in your living room. Lift your hands when you cook, when you clean, when you walk through the doorway. Because every corner of your home is being touched by the hand of the Almighty. And the shock you're about to experience will be the beginning of a testimony that will encourage many. The voice of God has gone out like thunder, and what has been spoken cannot be undone. Every spiritual delay, every barrier that tried to hold you back, every unseen hand that tried to suffocate your breakthrough is being broken by the authority of heaven. Right now, the presence of God is resting on your house like a blanket of peace. Not just peace from stress or bills or long nights of thinking about how to make ends meet, but a deep, still peace that comes when you know the war has been won before you even step on the battlefield. The financial turn that is coming isn't just a blessing, it is divine justice. Heaven is correcting what life tried to steal from you. Every closed door that broke your spirit. Every missed opportunity that left you feeling unworthy. Every year you spent trying to fix what was never yours to carry. God is repaying you with favor. Comment 555 if you believe God is repaying you with more than you lost. This financial shift is not a small thing. It is evidence of heaven's attention on your life. God is not reacting to your need, He is fulfilling His promise. Because the Lord does not speak and then forget. When he speaks, the earth must align. When he declares, everything in creation begins to respond. And now the alignment is happening in your favor. People who once overlooked you will be drawn to help you. Systems that once rejected you will be open to make room for you. Places where you once heard no will now echo with yes after yes. But this is not just about money. This is about your name. God is cleaning the dust off of your name. He is removing the labels others put on you when you were struggling. He is breaking the words spoken over you when you were low, when they called you a burden, when they said you would never rise. The angels are not only talking about your house, they are carrying your name into places of opportunity and divine connection. The restoration coming will change the way others see you, but more importantly, it will change the way you see yourself. There are financial miracles being written into your story that will have your jaw on the floor. You will see transactions that make no earthly sense. Refunds, repayments, surprises, approvals, these things are not just financial movement, they are spiritual confirmations. They are heaven's way of saying, I saw what you gave when it hurt. I saw what you did with little. Now I'm giving you more than you asked for. The shift will feel like it happened overnight, but it has been building behind the scenes for longer than you knew. Because God never forgets a seed. And every time you gave, even when it was small, even when it seemed like it wouldn't matter, He saw it. Every time you sowed in tears, every time you gave with a cheerful heart even when your hands were shaking, He counted it. And now, the season of reaping is here. Not someday. Not next year. Now. The angels are not preparing, they are delivering. You are about to witness what it looks like when heaven delivers something with your name on it. The pressure you felt lately, the strange stirring in your soul, the feeling that something is coming, it's all part of the spiritual birth. You are not crazy. You are discerning. Your spirit knows before your eyes can see. That discomfort has been the contractions before the release. That uneasiness has been God preparing your house to receive the promise. And now the time has come to carry what once seemed too big to even pray for. The finances that once seemed impossible are about to come with ease. Ease doesn't mean you won't need faith. It means you won't have to force what God has already arranged. You won't need to chase what He is sending directly to your door. You won't need to beg for what has already been released. You just need to stay in position. A heart of gratitude. A mind of peace. A spirit that says, Lord, I trust you. Because trusting God when the blessing arrives is just as important as trusting Him in the waiting. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once-hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. There will be people who try to question your blessing. Don't argue. Let the fruit speak. Let the overflow testify. Let the peace in your home be louder than their doubt. This shift is not for show. It's for healing. It's for purpose. It's for the generations after you who will never know the battles you fought, but they'll walk freely because you endured them. What God is doing through your finances is about more than your comfort, it's about legacy. This is why it's happening so fast now. Because the time is ripe. Because your house is ready. Because you said yes even when you were scared. And now God is saying yes over your life in a way that will echo for years. The angels are not talking idly, they are releasing strategies, bringing clarity, and guarding the door of your home. Nothing sent to disrupt this move will succeed. No distraction will delay it. No enemy will interfere. The hedge is strong around your house because the blessing is precious. There's a holy weight on this season. Not a heavy burden, but a sacred importance. You are carrying something valuable. That's why the warfare was so intense. That's why the attacks felt personal. Because the enemy knew if you ever stepped into this season, you would be unstoppable. But he was too late. God's hand is already on your house. The shift has already begun. And the only thing left is for you to keep walking by faith and not by sight. Let your faith rise higher than your fear. Let your worship drown out your worry. Let your gratitude build a throne for God to dwell in your house. Because He is not passing by, He is dwelling with you. He is sitting in the middle of your situation. He is wrapping your home in peace, covering your heart with joy, and flooding your life with provision. Comment 12:12 if you are ready to walk in divine provision without fear or delay. The money that's coming is not coming to control you, it's coming to free you. To release you. To position you. To heal what lack tried to break. You will bless others without thinking twice. You will give from a place of abundance. You will no longer shrink your dreams to match your bank account. Your account will now rise to meet your calling. This is what God is doing. And it is marvelous in our eyes. God is releasing a holy renewal over your house, and the 7 angels that were sent are still present, still speaking, still moving on command from the throne of the Most High. They are not leaving until what God has spoken is fully done. They have been assigned by the Almighty to bring this financial turnaround to completion, and nothing can stop what they've been sent to do. You've been on the edge of this for longer than you know. For a while, it felt like everything was being stripped away. Your resources were low, your heart was tired, and even your prayers felt weak. But what you didn't see is that in those quiet moments, God was building something stronger underneath the surface. He was preparing the foundation so that when the blessing came, it wouldn't crack. You had to be emptied of old expectations, of limited thinking, of fear disguised as realism. Because what's coming doesn't fit into what you've known before. Comment 777 if you believe God is preparing your house for something you've never seen before. God is not sending a repeat. This blessing won't look like anything you've experienced. It's not the old coming back, it's the new being born. There's a difference between recovery and resurrection. Recovery gives you back what you lost. Resurrection brings to life what never existed before. That's the level of miracle heading to your house. A shocking financial resurrection. Streams where there were deserts. Overflow where there was emptiness. Opportunities where there was silence. This is not hype. This is holy. It's the Spirit of God declaring over you that your days of barely scraping by are ending. The season of calculating every step out of fear is being replaced by the season of walking by faith with confidence. You will no longer question if you are worthy of the blessing. You will know that you are chosen. You will stop asking why it took so long, and you'll start thanking God it didn't happen a moment earlier than it was supposed to. Because now you are ready. Now you will recognize the blessing for what it is. Sometimes when God blesses us, it doesn't look the way we expect. It might come through unfamiliar faces, unexpected calls, or new paths that stretch us. Stay open. Don't cling to what feels familiar, cling to what is faithful. And God is always faithful. If He said He would bless your house, then He will. If the angels are speaking about your finances, then the release is sure. If heaven is watching over your home, then nothing formed against you will prosper. This turnaround is going to touch every area. You will no longer have to choose between paying bills and feeding your household. You will no longer delay dreams because of financial fear. You will no longer dim your light to fit inside a budget built from survival. You are coming out of survival. God is bringing you into supernatural supply. Your mindset is shifting. Your vision is expanding. The way you think about money, about provision, about what's possible, it's all changing. And it's happening because your house is under prophetic covering. There is divine activity in your space, even if everything still looks the same right now. The change is happening in the spirit before it reaches your sight. Just like clouds gather before the rain falls, the signs are all around you. The pressure is a sign. The urgency is a sign. The restlessness in your spirit is a sign. God is stirring things up so that nothing remains the same. Not one room, not one corner, not one part of your finances will stay under the shadow of lack. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. It's important to keep your spirit aligned. Stay away from voices that mock faith. Protect your atmosphere. Make room in your heart and in your thoughts for what God is about to pour out. Don't let worry crowd the space where faith needs to live. Speak life into your bank account. Bless your home aloud. Declare that the God of abundance is your Father and that you lack nothing in His presence. These words are not just encouragement, they are spiritual seeds, and the harvest is already forming. You're going to see how God moves with divine timing. Things will happen so close together that you won't have time to process one blessing before the next arrives. You'll see the speed of favor. When heaven decides it's your time, everything accelerates. Approvals that should have taken months will take days. Payments that were held back will be released. Projects, partnerships, open doors, all flowing toward your life without struggle. You don't need to chase. You just need to be still and know that He is God. And that He is fighting for you. The 7 angels are not passive. They are moving fast. They are making arrangements that will surprise you. They are creating pathways to provision that don't require you to strive, only to trust. The work you've done is not in vain. The efforts, the discipline, the sacrifice, heaven saw it all. And now, the reward is here. Comment 999 if you are ready to receive what has already been written with your name on it. Your house is sacred. That's why the enemy tried so hard to break the atmosphere inside it. That's why the warfare came through stress, through arguments, through financial tightness. Because the enemy knew that if you ever made it through, your house would become a testimony. But it's too late for him now. You've endured. You've survived. And now you will thrive. What was sent to destroy you only made you more aware of how badly you need God. And because of that desperation, you are now positioned for the kind of blessing that only comes through fire. This word will not pass over your head. It will sink into the soil of your spirit. It will take root and produce fruit. The kind of fruit that others will see. The kind of change that others will feel. Because when God blesses a house, the evidence can't be hidden. You will not be able to explain it. You'll just have to live in it. And living in it will mean sleeping in peace, giving without fear, dreaming again, and waking up with joy instead of dread. This is the season where the heaviness will break. Where the tears will turn into testimonies. Where your faith will become sight. You are stepping into the beginning of something divine, something holy, something personal. The angels are still speaking, and the words they are speaking are full of fire and fulfillment. The 7 angels are still stationed with divine instruction, and every moment they remain near your home, the atmosphere is shifting. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but you can feel it in your bones. The pressure is releasing. The fear is breaking. The doubt is dissolving. Something sacred is happening, and it is not far, it is happening inside your house. You're not just receiving financial relief, you are receiving financial authority. God is not only taking the burden off your back, He's putting a blessing in your hand. You're being trusted with provision. He's giving you what you need, not just to survive, but to make impact. Your house will no longer be a place where you count coins, it will be a place where you count testimonies. Not just stories of getting by, but stories of overflow, of giving, of building, of planting, of helping others find their feet again. Comment 1010 if you believe your house is now under an open heaven. The breakthrough that is coming will silence every voice that ever said it would never happen for you. And even more, it will silence the quiet voice in your head that started to believe them. God is not only about to restore your finances, He is about to restore your confidence. You will walk into rooms you once felt small in, and you'll carry peace. You will face bills you once feared, and you'll have more than enough. Because your identity is shifting with the blessing. You are not a burden. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are chosen. You are covered. You are walking into fullness. The reason the angels are still speaking about your house is because the assignment is layered. God is not blessing one area and ignoring the rest. He is sending healing into places you haven't spoken of out loud. He's sending light into the dark corners of your financial history. He's addressing the root, not just the surface. What you will see on the outside is just the evidence of what He's healing inside. The weight of debt is not just a number, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. God is breaking the chains you didn't even know were wrapped around your thinking. No longer will you believe that blessing is for others but not for you. No longer will you fear money because of what it once did to your peace. No longer will you make decisions from a place of panic. The Lord is rewriting your relationship with provision. You will no longer serve money out of fear of lack. You will steward it with the wisdom of a heart that knows its source is unshakable. Your house is becoming a vessel of provision. Not just for your own needs, but for others. There will be people who knock on your door, physically or spiritually, and find hope because of what God has poured into your life. You will become the one who helps others breathe again. The same way you once prayed for help, others will now pray and God will send them to you. Not because you're superior, but because you're surrendered. That's the kind of house God trusts with blessing. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. This is why the shaking had to happen first. The shaking prepared the soil for the seed. You lost some things, yes. You cried in frustration, yes. But it was never about punishment, it was about preparation. And now, that soil is ready. And the seed of provision, the seed of abundance, is being planted by heaven's hand. The rain is already falling. The growth is already happening. And the fruit will come suddenly. Unexpectedly. Undeniably. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. What God is doing in your house is tailored, specific, personal. Don't look at how He's blessing others and wonder why yours hasn't looked the same. What He's doing for you will fit the details of your life perfectly. It will be exactly what you didn't know how to pray for. And when it comes, it will carry peace with it. God's blessings never come with torment. They come with confirmation, with stillness, with joy. Comment 1515 if you are ready for a blessing that fits your life perfectly. This shift is also going to break cycles. You won't have to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. You won't live under survival mode. The financial patterns in your bloodline that once held you down are being broken now. You will be the one who sets a new standard. The one who teaches a different way. The one who doesn't fear giving. The one who doesn't panic when the bills arrive. Your children, your family, your legacy, they will all benefit from what God is doing in you now. The angels are not only bringing provision, they are also standing guard. What God is sending will not be stolen. It will not be intercepted. There will be no sabotage. This blessing has been assigned to you, and heaven is protecting it. You will receive it in full, and you will walk in it without fear. Even when doubt creeps in, remind yourself, this was not a random moment. This was God's appointed time. He made you wait because He was building you, not because He was punishing you. And now that you've been built, now that your faith has been forged in fire, He's trusting you with more. He's trusting you with the kind of provision that requires integrity, stewardship, and deep gratitude. And you will carry it well. You will not forget where you came from. You will remember the nights you had to pray just to get through the day. And that memory will keep you humble, generous, and aligned with God's heart. This kind of breakthrough isn't just about today. It's about the future. God is positioning you to step into rooms of influence, into opportunities that change your entire direction. He's releasing contracts, commissions, favor in the marketplace, unexpected gifts, and supernatural restoration. This isn't just about catching up. This is about moving ahead with speed and grace. And even now, the angels are still speaking. They are finishing the work. They are removing the last barriers. They are opening the final doors. And you will see it. You will walk in it. You will tell others about it not from a place of pride, but from a place of deep awe. Because only God could have done it. The movement hasn't slowed, and the atmosphere around you is charged with completion. What began as a whisper of hope is now roaring with certainty. This financial turn is no longer coming, it is unfolding, piece by piece, day by day, until the testimony is complete. Right now, your house is being remembered. By God. By heaven. By favor. By grace. The places you thought were forgotten have not been overlooked. The prayers you prayed years ago, when your voice cracked from the weight of hope, have not disappeared. They rose. They stayed. And now, they are being answered in ways you didn't expect, through doors you didn't knock on, in moments you didn't plan. Because when God chooses to bless a house, He does it with purpose, and with permanence. Comment 1717 if you believe your house has been remembered by heaven. You may feel like you're still in the waiting room. Like others have walked ahead of you and your time is yet to come. But I need you to hear this deep in your spirit: you are not behind. You are not late. You have not missed your moment. God is precise. He is exact. And the angels have not lost their way to your door. They are standing right where they need to be, holding exactly what has your name on it, waiting for the command from the throne to release it in full. The delay was never denial. It was God making sure that when the blessing arrived, it wouldn't fall into fragile hands or a weary heart. He's been strengthening you in secret. Training you to trust when it doesn't make sense. Building your endurance so that the weight of the blessing doesn't break you, but blesses others through you. Now your house is strong enough to carry what's coming. Now your faith is ready to handle the shock of what's about to land in your life. This financial turn will not be small. It won't be silent. It will make noise in the spiritual and in the natural. People will notice. And not because you flaunt anything, but because the evidence of God's hand will be undeniable. You'll walk differently. Speak differently. Think differently. Because financial freedom does more than fill accounts. It shifts the way you see yourself, the way you plan, the way you hope. And that is what God wants for you. No more budgeting from a place of fear. No more walking through the grocery store silently adding totals in your head hoping the card goes through. No more telling your children, maybe next time, with a forced smile and a heavy heart. No more anxiety when rent is due, or a medical bill comes, or the car needs fixing. God is replacing those fears with peace. Real peace. The kind that sits deep in your bones and lets you rest at night. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. Because this isn't just money, it's healing. This is restoration for all the years you couldn't breathe freely. This is the lifting of the burden that sat like a weight on your shoulders every single day. This is the beginning of a new way of living where you don't worship money, but you walk in freedom because of God's provision. He is not just giving you what you need, He's giving you more than enough, because He knows what you'll do with the overflow. You will bless. You will build. You will pour back out. Your house is a place of ministry, even if you don't realize it. The love that lives inside those walls, the prayers whispered through tears, the late nights spent in worship and worry, it has all made your house a place God loves to dwell. And when He dwells somewhere, blessing follows. Miracles follow. Transformation follows. God is not passing over your house. He is resting on it. And His rest brings movement, not stillness. It brings glory. It brings favor. You've survived what tried to break you. You've held on through seasons when others let go. That endurance was not wasted. It was noticed. It was honored. It was recorded in heaven. And now, the reward is near. Not a payment, not a wage, but a reward. A divine gift from a loving Father who delights in blessing His children. And when He gives with generosity, with abundance, with precision. Comment Amen if you are ready to receive God's reward for your endurance. Every no you heard in the past is about to make sense. Every closed door, every missed opportunity, every canceled plan, they were not losses. They were protection. God was preserving your space for the right blessing. The one that fits. The one that lasts. The one that multiplies instead of drains. You don't need 10 different ways. You only need God's way. And He is making the way right now. There are connections being formed that will open doors money alone never could. There are divine alignments coming that will accelerate your growth. People are being stirred to bless you, to favor you, to mention your name in rooms where your feet have not yet walked. All of this is being coordinated by the hand of God. Not because you begged. Not because you hustled. But because you remained faithful when you could have walked away. This is what happens when you stay in alignment. When you obey even when it's uncomfortable. When you give even when it hurts. When you trust even when you're trembling. Heaven responds to that kind of faith. The angels don't just speak about it, they act on it. And that's what they're doing right now. Acting on every tear you've sown. Acting on every sacrifice you made. Acting on every word you declared when fear was louder than faith. So do not shrink. Do not doubt. Do not wonder if it's really happening. It is. Right now. While you read these words. While your heart agrees with this truth. The shift is active. The blessing is traveling. The release is near. You are about to step into rooms and seasons that were always meant for you. And when you arrive, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember this word. You'll know that it was God all along. What is taking place now is not just a shift, it's a reversal. God is not only bringing you out of lack, He is reversing everything that tried to bury your future. Every financial disappointment, every closed door, every loss you blamed yourself for, He is lifting the shame and replacing it with supernatural restoration. This turn is going to be so divine that you will look at your past and no longer feel bitterness or regret. You will see how God used even the deepest pain to prepare you for the glory ahead. Comment 222 if you trust that God is reversing what was meant for your harm. There are some things that only God can fix. Some gaps too wide for human effort. Some debts too high, some systems too broken, some circumstances too tangled. That's why the angels are not just watching, they're working. They are bringing what you could never bring on your own. They are stepping into situations where your name is mentioned and shifting outcomes that were supposed to be closed against you. This is not based on your status, your background, or what you own, this is based on favor. And favor can do what labor never could. When God says your finances are taking a shocking turn, He doesn't just mean surprise, He means divine astonishment. You'll see things so precise, so specific, that you'll know it wasn't random. You'll witness provision so tailor-made for your life that you'll fall to your knees in awe. This won't just be enough to get by. It will be more than enough. Enough to bless others. Enough to rest. Enough to plan ahead. Enough to say yes to dreams you've had buried in your heart for years.